Shroud went to Mixer, Jeff.
He did.
And then not long after, Gathalion
he also did.
Also went.
Yes.
Which with slightly less fanfare, obviously, because these are two totally different echelons of Twitch streamer. However, that actually makes it very interesting that he went. You know, it's less surprising. The hell is that? Oh, I thought it was blood. It was less surprising that Shroud went. More surprising to see Gathalion for me, even though he's a Destiny streamer. I thought he was always into the PlayStation 4 side of things and shit. So people were like, "Oh, well, he's always been an Xbox guy," and I was like, I don't know about that. But we called Shroud in a podcast when Ninja first went, and so it wasn't surprising to me. What was surprising to me was the timeline, though, because we thought that it would take much longer before they would make their next pickup. We thought it was going to be 6 months. It was not 6 months.
Yeah, I think it was probably 3.
Yeah, something
3 months
is more like that. Yeah, it was quick.
It was quick, and I think we're going to see more head on over there. I mean, I guess let's just stick on the Shroud thing for now. It's it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I've had this sort of debate on my stream with people saying Shroud going over just means, Shroud's going to end up like Ninja, sort of on the downturn of the viewership and yada, yada, yada. And I'm sure Shroud's viewership will go down. But this is this is arguably the biggest streamer on Twitch.
But now you got two big guys that shared some viewers in the first place. So now that they're both on the same platform,
they're going to stick. The viewers will stick around a little longer.
Yeah, I wonder how much the viewer count will actually drop now.
Well, here's the thing: Shroud going over there, does that mean Twitch is in any trouble? No. But Shroud going over there and Ninja being over there means more's coming, and. For example,
as we already saw, Gathalion is already
he's gone too, but he's not at that level.
No, but he's still like a 2,000 or 3,000, I think.
Oh, he's higher than that,
or more. Is he more than that? I have no. I'm not entirely sure.
I would say he's probably between 5 and 10K.
Okay. So that's a good.
It's a good, but what's a nice play with that is it's a different type of demographic.
Yes.
Right. So we got two shooters. And now we're getting a guy that is more of the Destiny,
which is still a shooter.
Still a shooter, but it's not competitive shooter.
Yeah.
It's a different type.
It's like an MMO-ish.
Yeah, exactly. And he does play other stuff as well. So here's the thing. They pick up Doc next.
Yeah.
Or they pick up Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah.
I think ammunition is ammunition. I think she's going.
It's a dope name.
I think she's going next. I think she's going to be the next big streamer to go. And when I say big, she's big, but she's well known, and I think she's also the personality that'll bring a bunch of people over here to watch her. People are attached to her, and they will. Yeah. I feel like.
I feel like she's the pinnacle of girl streamer on the website that
you want
a gamer
exactly
like
game she
first.
Is. Yes.
She's not. Yeah. I'm not saying like thoughtness necessarily. I'm just saying she's not a girl that plays games that is mostly there spending endless time on Instagram. Which is nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying from a purely gaming platform perspective, Ammunition is she's the show.
She's the Ninja of girl gamers, right? Basically. She is the commercialized PG-ish
She's a professional.
She's a professional in every sense of the word, and it so happens she's a female, which is doubly kick-ass.
Yeah.
So
I'm waiting for that pickup to happen.
I think that's gonna. I almost think it's inevitable. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of shade. I mean, a lot of people have been throwing shade at Twitch, but we're seeing a lot there. I've also been seeing Ninja tag her in with Mixer. She's also has a channel on Mixer now as well. That popped up. So
Really?
I think it's I think it's going to happen sooner than later. But
She might have just locked her name up too, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I locked mine up.
I think Mixer's going to lock all the names up. Honestly, I think
because people just take names.
Yeah. But I think if a streamer wants to go over there and somebody took the name, they're just going to give it.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's a big strong possibility. Here's the thing: Ninja and Shroud. You add 2-3 more people. You add a Tim the Tap Man. You add a Doc.
Yeah.
You add an N. You add a Summit or a Soda Poppin' or any of these types of big name streamers. And now if you get 3 to 5 of them, you're going to see the concurrent viewership on Mixer in general go up.
Mm-hmm.
And also what you want is a couple of these big streamers streaming at the same time. When it's just Ninja, the site's only really popping when he's around.
Yeah.
If it's just Shroud, he's just around. But as they get more people, say if Ninja's off, but Shroud and Doc is on, or Shroud and Soda Poppin' is on, or what, I'm just using names. But then the more concurrent comes up, there's more people circulating the website. And as you continue to grow, it's going to become much more appealing for streamers to want to leave Twitch to go over there, because they're going to start to see more of an opportunity of growth. Because now when a streamer looks over there and the big guys aren't on, or even when the big guys are on, it's like, well, there's only a lot of people here because Summit's on, or not Summit, or Shroud is on, or Ninja's on.
Or whatever, yeah.
Also, as more start to go, people that are becoming streamers are going to want to move over to Mixer instead of starting at Twitch, because Twitch is so saturated, and a lot of the other negative connotations that are on Twitch, they're going to choose Mixer. Some of them are going to choose Mixer over Twitch because there'll be a legitimate more reason to be there, because there's a bigger opportunity to grow, because there's not such a big saturation. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I think the Shroud thing is huge. Also, good on Shroud. And good on these gamers that are getting paid tens of millions of dollars. I'm sure Shroud got paid just as much, if not more, than Ninja. And good on them. Contractually, I guarantee they have to stream as an X amount of hours per week or per month. Because why would Mixer pick them up and give them a huge check and then allow them to fuck off into the sunset?
Well, they were going to do it regardless.
Exactly, but I guarantee in contract they have an X amount of hours per month that they have to be on that website,
especially for a certain period of time anyway.
For a certain period of time
to make sure that they get their viewers involved.
Yeah,
and so yeah, I agree. I think I've always thought that they're going to go after like maybe 5 people. And I think the smart play is, and I think that you're seeing it now, is that they're getting people that are slightly different, but they have the ability to share segments of their communities across them to increase watch time that people are staying on Mixer in general. So if one's going on and one's going off, or they're both on at the same time,
they can host each other,
etc. Things like that, right? So I think that's what they're aiming for, and I think that's what you're seeing right now. I think as interesting it is that Shroud went over there, that was kind of like a foregone conclusion, which is why we called that in the first place. Gathalion is a bit of a left field play for me. It makes sense, but I didn't expect it, and not in the same window of time as Shroud. I mean, that happened. It basically happened simultaneously.
3 months.
No, Shroud, not Ninja. So Shroud and Gathalion.
Oh yeah, that was simultaneous.
Right? Yeah. So I think, and the reason why I think he's more interesting is because he's not the monolithic size. He's still huge. I mean, he's fucking huge. You get 5,000-10,000 people. You're a big ass streamer. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, he's on the lower end of that upper end of the Twitch scale.
Yeah.
And what I think it does is that we're going to see maybe a couple more people that are picked up that are even smaller still.
Of course.
2,000 to 5,000.
I think we're going to be a little while yet before we see that. I think we're going to be big. They need more
big names,
pickups.
But they're going to get some smaller ones because
it's a harder sell on the smaller
big names,
ones.
Well, the big names get get them their viewers up front, right? The smaller stuff in the long term is going to be what will more likely make people believe, smaller streamers believe, that they too should go. It's like if they see, if a streamer that's like 100, 200 viewers or whatever, sees a Shroud go over to Mixer, that doesn't move the needle for them at all.
No.
They just see a big name going over for $25 million and some other shit, and it's fucking whatever, right? They're not going to think if I go over there, I'm going to suddenly get like all the spillover from Shroud or Ninja.
No.
It's just not going to happen. But if you start to see people organically go over there because they pick up a couple of smaller streamers, it's going to be because they see that and go, okay, that's closer to me.
Mm-hmm.
That must mean if these guys are going, that they see a future here.
Mm-hmm.
That might make sense for me, even though I'm not getting paid,
Mm-hmm.
because the play for them hopefully is eventually the people that they're picking up is going to result in organic traffic of streamers
Not
setting up
bought
shop
out.
that aren't bought out.
Yeah.
And so I think Gathalion represents the first.
He got bought out though.
Well, he got bought out, but no. But what I mean is he's representative of. His move is more representative of people will look at him
Yeah.
and be closer to thinking that is
Yeah.
a signal for them to move
Yeah.
versus somebody like Shroud or Ninja. I mean, Gathalion didn't get like a real fancy fucking commercial.
No.
And all this shit. He just put up a little webcam video of himself and was
Still
like,
got a
hey,
lot of
this
views.
is- well, still
Yeah.
got a lot of views, but
Yeah.
this is why I'm making the move. Did his thing.
His one was a bit more personal. His one was a bit more
Yeah, exactly.
genuine and authentic.
Yes, yeah.
Because it doesn't come with this big shebang.
Yeah.
It just felt like he's talking to his viewers, like, hey,
Yeah.
this is the switch,
And that kind of play is also what's going to look like to a more average streamer as a, maybe this is something that I too can do and not have to worry about getting, paid out. Not that they'd ever would, but now it's time that I might be able to go over and check
I think
it out.
we're going to see an announcement from a big streamer once every 3 months, and I like the play they did because they get a lot of press from the Ninja. They let that shit roll for a while. Then when that shit starts to slow down a little bit, they throw in Shroud.
Yep.
Lots more press for Mixer, Shroud, everybody. He's getting all these free subs, all these signups. He's making millions of dollars off the free subs on top of that.
Yep.
Then 3 months from now, maybe even New Year's, by the end of the year, I think we're going to hear another streamer moving over. And I think if they keep doing pickups once every 3 months or so to keep Mixer in the forefront, to get more bigger streamers involved, I think organically the middle line streamers are going to be thinking about it more and more,
Yes.
about potentially moving over.
Yes.
And then not only that, we don't know what Mixer's offering. Sure, it's a big bag of cash. We don't know what their plans are with Halo. It's obvious the more shooters they pick up with they're gonna blitz Halo. We don't know if they're gonna do a Halo esport, which will only be exclusive to Mixer, which I can see coming.
Mm-hmm.
I can also picture Mixer potentially buying out and or sponsoring professional teams.
Mm-hmm.
There might come a time where they might go to a big team like TSM or 100 Thieves or whatever and say, listen, here's a boatload of cash. We want to make sure that you guys continue to do what you do, but here's the caveat. Anybody on your team has to be over here on Mixer.
Yeah.
And it could be a huge buyout for a big team. I can see that happening as well, especially if the Halo stuff starts to come and the way that they're throwing money around, it's a very big possibility. On top of that, over time, Mixer is going, I'm gonna call it out. In 2020, Mixer is going to have 5 massive streamers. They're going to have a lot more concurrent viewership. And we're going to be talking about, is it more beneficial to start your stream on Mixer or Twitch?
I think
And
that question's already in the air.
I think so,
But it will be far more prevalent in 2020.
because right now, into the minds of everyday viewers that are like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck Mixer, if you go there, your stream's dead.
it's still not enough people.
It's not enough people yet, but soon enough. And I'm telling you, dude, people right now think, oh, Ninja, he left and his viewership dropped like 30% or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They don't see the big play. They're looking at right now. Mixer is thinking 5-10 years from now. This isn't a one year. It's not like in 2020 Mixer's going to be overthrowing Twitch or at the cusp of doing it.
No.
This is a play. There's a lot of shit being said behind the scenes. I bet you there's a lot of stuff that Mixer is promising streamers as well, whether it's networking capabilities, whether it is big sponsorship deals with upcoming games. Maybe it's a big promotion on the new Xbox that's coming out. Perhaps they have their own big streaming service coming through the Xbox, the next Xbox. We don't know. That's the thing. And I guarantee you, Mixer is not fucking around. Microsoft is not fucking around. They have a giant plan. This is the beginning of it. And I can guarantee you, by the end of 2020, people are going to see the light. Twitch is going to feel the burn. I know they're feeling it now, but they're really going to feel the burn, and we're going to have some legitimate, real competition between two juggernauts. It's not going to be just about the 400 people, wherever that's watching the stream right now. I know maybe probably 50 of yous go on Mixer and watch it from time to time, or when your favorite Mixer streamer comes on, like Shroud or Ninja or whatever. By the end of 2020, that 50 is going to turn into about 100, 150. Yeah. And that number is going to keep going and going and going up. And Twitch better look out. It's coming.
Well, what I'm interested in now is Twitch even being included in the conversation for these buyouts? Or is this just something that Mixer is going to Shroud and saying, here's a bag of money, and Shroud doesn't even contact Twitch to say, hey, do you want to counter this?
Oh, they definitely did. Dude.
So if that's the case, then that becomes really interesting to me, because what that means to me then is Twitch is really, really confident in its position right now to lose Ninja and Shroud inside of 3 months, with obviously more coming, a Gathalion now, with more coming. Twitch must be supremely comfortable in their position to not be countering in a way to try and hold on to these people. Now, we don't know if Mixer has also made plays on other streamers that Twitch has countered and kept.
I guarantee they have.
And so, but that makes it even more interesting.
Nick Merck signed a multi-year deal with Twitch just recently.
Yeah.
The Nick 30 guy that's from here.
Yeah, it's from. Yeah,
he signed a deal with Twitch as well, but he came from YouTube Gaming.
Yes.
So I can guarantee that it was probably between Mixer and Twitch. Twitch offered. Here's why I think they're letting them go. Because I guarantee you, somebody like Shroud, somebody that is in with Twitch. Don't get it twisted, man. Shroud and Ninja, especially Ninja, these guys had big workings with the higher ups in Twitch. 100%. They went to the right parties. They get flown out to the right places. They had the $1 million activation sponsorships through Twitch. Yeah. These guys had serious relationships, probably friendships. But at the end of the day, it's business. And I can guarantee this. Mixer goes to Shroud, Mixer goes to Ninja, and they go, here is a $20, $30 million check, whether it's $10 million in shares in the company, and then a buyout in cash. You stream for us for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. These contracts still have not reached the surface yet. Eventually they will. Eventually we're going to hear what these real dealings are. It's going to come out. But until then, I guarantee it's probably 2, 3, or 5 years, probably 2 or 3. A guaranteed money. Now, I guarantee this isn't Mixer calling up Shroud's agent and going, hey, $25 million, sign it now, don't tell Twitch anything. That's not. I don't peg them as these type of business. They went to Twitch and they said, listen, Mixer is offering me these things. Not only that, they're offering me these big perks. I guaranteed Twitch goes, we can't give you that type of money, but what we can do is we can continue to promote you. We can continue to give you these big sponsorship activations that over time, sure, you might not be getting $20, $30 million, but also we're Twitch. We're the biggest streaming platform. You know, you've already built your audience here, blah, blah, blah. We don't own your channel, but this is what we're doing. It's all about opportunity costs. It's all about the economic value of what this streamer can bring to this platform. For Twitch, Shroud might not be worth $20, $30 million check. It just might not, because at the end of the day, yeah, Shroud might be making a bunch of money for Twitch, but it might not equate to nearly that much. They'd rather keep the other streamers they have and not pay that big chunk of money up and do some sort of bidding war. But Mixer, on the other hand, sure, they could pay Shroud $20, $30 million, but they might not see that money for a few years but they're going to have him to strategically put in place to create the domino effect, to have more and more people come. So that money, sure, it might cost a lot up front, but in the long term, they're going to get that money back from building the platform in other ways. Twitch just might go, no, we can't afford, it's not that we can't afford to do it, but we're just not going to do it. Not only that, think about this. Say it's a 2-3 year contract. Shroud gets paid $30 million to go over. We're just throwing a number out there. It can't be too far from it.
It's probably in the neighborhood, yeah.
It's probably $30 million because a guy probably makes, anywhere between 5 and 7 easy a year already, right? So it has to be a lot of money. You can't offer Shroud $5 million to leave Twitch.
No.
He's going to look at you like you're dumb.
Yeah.
It's got to be 20, 30, 40, 50 million bucks, no joke. So if they do that, Shroud does 2-3 years. Worst case scenario, bro, he calls up Twitch towards the end of his contract and goes, hey, my contract's about to end. What can you offer me to come back to your platform? Mixer goes, hey, we want to re-sign. Well, what can you offer me? Sure, the deal might not be as juicy as the first one because that big pull, that initial thing has already been happening. It's like when you get a sponsorship, the first few months are the best because it's new, it's fresh. You only have so many new eyes coming in, right? So they go, okay, listen, instead of doing the 30 million, so to speak, that we did the first time, we can do 15 million maybe on a smaller term. Maybe it's 2 years instead of 3. Then they go over to Twitch. Then they play this bidding war. It's basically now going to turn into a free agency, like a sports team. You have LeBron James, the Shroud, the LeBron James of gaming. How much can you offer him per year? And this is great news for the streamers because now they're getting paid what they're worth. And honestly, this Shroud and Ninja, they're worth tens and tens of millions of dollars. In the grand scheme of things, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars if they themselves can help build a platform from the ground up to create the waves to turn into a multi-billion-dollar business for Mixer. So they know their worth now. And at the end of the day, dude, and Mark Cuban said this the other day in an interview, esports is a horrible business to buy into. It's horrible. The meta changes all the time. You're doing the managing shit. People are coming in, coming out. You're dealing with young people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And you got to grind. Ninja, in order for him to make his, $5, $7, $10 million a year, this dude had to be in the public's eye 24/7. He had to be streaming 24/7. Now they're giving these streamers an opportunity to make tens of millions of dollars up front, lower down their streaming hours because they don't have to be a slave to this shit anymore, but yet still stream on a full-time basis, more like a normal worker, 40 hours a week, because Shroud and Ninja, they don't stream as much as they used to. They just don't. They won't on Mixer. They don't have to. They've gotten this big payday. And so it's not only more advantageous for the streamers to take that money, because now they can actually live a fucking life outside of sitting in front of a computer screen and follow different ventures like Ninja is on TV shows, doing movies, doing Ellen tours, fucking on reality TV, becoming more Hollywood, becoming more of a celebrity. It's the best of both worlds. So I believe that Twitch wants these guys, but I don't believe Twitch thinks they're worth what Mixer's giving it. And I think that's probably the case. They're probably just not worth $30 million to Twitch right now. And it's going to they're going to continue to lose people until eventually they're going to have to open up their pocketbook and go, that's it. Or Mixer becomes so big that they don't have to buy people out anymore. They just want to come over. And then now we're back at more of an even playing field.
So again, I agree with pretty much everything you said. The only counterpoint I could come up with if I was going to play devil's advocate to that position is that just like you were saying, if Twitch were to bring over, or if Mixer's bringing over these guys, it's obviously going to be more value to Mixer because of where Mixer is as a platform right now. So the value proposition is infinitely higher than it would be from Twitch's perspective if you look at it from that position.
Yep.
But if you look at it from Twitch's position where Mixer is the first platform to really come up and threaten it, now you're looking at, okay, if we give these guys up, do we nip this in the bud now? And yeah, they're not technically worth $30 million in the same valuation perspective that Mixer is applying.
I see where you're
but
going.
if Twitch applies the value proposition of, if we nip this now, we bite the bullet and buy them out.
We kill them.
Yep. Because they can only afford to fund this platform for so long. Mm-hmm. And we're already in a economically stable position because we've been in the game for 9 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Mixer is basically floating on Microsoft money because they're not making enough money outside of
Which
that.
is
as
more
it
than
is.
Twitch money. I'll tell you that right
Yes. Well, yeah, but it is, but it's not generating its
Yeah.
money.
Yeah,
It's just it's
buying.
leeching money.
Yeah. Well, this is the startup cost, right?
Exactly.
This is
exactly.
burning.
So Twitch's play would be
Yeah.
as is how much money can we get them to burn
Yeah.
to make sure that we keep our position. Whereas they're not as valuable to us necessarily from the proposition that they're not giving us $30 million in value back in viewership eyeballs necessarily.
Yeah.
Because we're not building a platform anymore.
No, we're there.
We're there.
Yeah.
But we are protecting or giving us even more time, or perhaps even completely stalling out our only major competitor for the next decade. That's how I would look at it from Twitch's perspective. Is you're not looking at it from that perspective of building the platform because it's already there. It's what are we going
Stop
to
the
do
bleeding.
to
Stop the bleeding.
to stop Mixer from putting us in a position where not only do we have to spend money on existing people leaving, but new people coming up, so that we can combat this new threat in the market. YouTube never presented a problem. Hitbox never presented a problem. Own TV never presented a problem.
No.
Twitch has been in their own little bubble for almost 10 straight years now. And so that's what I would be concerned about as Twitch is we might be saving this money now, but how much money are we going to spend to combat this in the future if we let them go? And I think the gamble for them is Twitch is looking at it from the perspective of we are still number one. We're likely to be number one for a minimum of 5 more years.
Yep.
And how many more people, how many more Shrouds, how many more ninjas are going to pop up organically on our platform by sheer size alone and just odds in the next 5 years that we won't have to fund $30 million for them to bring value to the platform and to replace the people that we've lost. That's really the only thing I can think of that they'd be able to get away with in terms of risk management on letting these guys go. And it's probably it's not an easy decision for Twitch at all.
I mean, they're either going to burn hundreds of millions of dollars over the next several years, keeping people that are already on the fucking platform. Right, that's what hurts, is you're already making free money essentially off these streamers. And now you got to pay to have them actually be on your platform. When ultimately, that was not the case. Before, it was free for us to be on the platform. But now it's kind of like this reverse role where the guys that have power and they can see it now. That's the crazy thing, dude. I don't care what anybody says. They can go ahead and give me a kumbaya story. Oh, my favorite streamer, he or she would never leave Mixer because
they would.
Because they bleed purple. I've been here for 80 months. I've got my 80-month badge. They bleed purple. They've been through this long relationship. They started their career here. Without Twitch, they would be nobody.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You get a phone call from somebody at Mixer.
Yes.
And they say, hey, how would you like 20, 30, how would you like $10 million to stream for 2 years? Not only that, we have these lineup of games that nobody knows that's coming yet. We would love for you to spearhead them. Every game you sell, we're going to give you a cut. We're going to give you this much. How much are you making per sub on Twitch? Here, when you sign up for the first month, every sign up that you bring from that community over, 100%.
Yeah.
So not only are you going to get the big check when you come, but you're going to get some residual money over and over and over again. And here's the kicker. If you don't like it after your 2-year term, why don't you head back on over to Twitch?
Yeah. It's that easy.
You throw $10 million in front of anybody that's got a fucking goddamn brain, where you've worked your ass for years to build your career, and somebody finally comes to you. It's like building a company, and you can sell it out, you can sell it, but you still have full control over your company.
Yes.
For a couple of years.
Yes.
I'm going to tell y'all right now.
You'd be insane
You'd be insane not to do.
Idiots.
Your kids. You are setting up generational wealth off a video game career that you've had.
Yes.
And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity because this is only going to happen for so many years. Once Mixer comes big,
you got a tiny window.
That's it. They're not going to be paying you anymore. You're watching a streaming company come up from the ground up, and they need your help, and they're willing to pay for it. You bring your talent, your hard work the community you've built for years. We're going to pay you millions of dollars to come and do it for a few years.
Yes.
If you don't like it, leave.
Yes.
And this is a window. There's windows of time in this industry. This is a window for people to get very rich, very quick by doing nothing but changing the platform and arguably having better quality content over another place. And you're going to say no? Reality check. Every fucking streamer with a brain and a business head is going to say yes every time.
Yeah.
They're going, no, I'm going to bleed purple anymore. They're going to bleed blue.
And you'd be insane
and green.
And you would be insane to complain about a content creator taking that deal. People will, but you would be fucking loony. At what point when the only thing that is changing is the platform that they are on, and the only thing from a viewer perspective is that your badge goes away and you have to use a different URL to get there, and then you see the person that you have likely watched since nothingness.
Yes.
Genesis.
Yes.
Day one.
Yes.
With a shit webcam on DinoCaster in the middle of a fucking dank basement at 10 FPS because nobody could stream higher.
Yep.
And now they're presented, and their family is presented after years of grinding with an opportunity, and all that changes is a
URL.
Platform is a URL.
Is a URL.
You shut your fucking mouth.
You take the fucking money.
You be happy for that person, for God's sake.
You damn right you're fucking happy.
You be happy for the streamer.
Somebody comes to me with a deal of millions of dollars with a newborn son and a family, and if I say no to that because of some sort of integrity or some sort of like moral...
It's not even about integrity. It's not like you're killing babies.
No, you're
changing a URL. Your brand doesn't change. Literally nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
But the URL.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's it. That's the show.
Full stop.
And to be honest with you, bro, the thing that's really getting me from Mixer taking all these streamers is, where's the negativity? I'm not seeing much of it.
No.
I'm not seeing...
Thank God.
I'm not seeing much of it.
And you know why? Because everyone's going, man, I hope I get in on that
You
deal.
fucking right. Everybody's shutting their goddamn mouth.
Yes.
And streamers are taking more shots at Twitch publicly.
Yes.
And it's code for, hey, Mixer,
I'm over here.
give me a call. I'm not going to flat out come and say it.
I'm over here.
Hey, Mixer, I have 10,000 concurrent viewers.
I'll take a mil.
I exist.
Shit, I'll take 100 G's. Just get me over.
Dude, I'm telling you guys right now, and I'm going to end this here. Your favorite streamers, if they're big enough, they're going to be presented with an opportunity.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, 98% of them are going to fucking take it.
That's just
They're going to take
is.
it. And you, as a fan, you're going to be happy for them. You're going to be extremely happy for them.
Just be
because
happy for them.
If you are truly about that support, if you are truly, really about that support and not about a URL, you are going to be ecstatic that your support over those many years has put this streamer in a position where they get to change their family tree financially and really get to do what they love without the daily stress.
Not have to do 10, 12-hour days,
They
7
get to
days
live
a week.
healthier. They're going to entertain you better.
6, 8-hour days.
They get to breathe heavy or breathe easy again.
5, 6 days a week.
Dude.
Work a regular 40-hour week.
It's incredible. I'm happy for every single one of those streamers that are getting bought out. I don't feel bad for Twitch because at the end of the day, Twitch is not really hurting right now. We're going to see it happen over time, but this is great news for us entertainers to get what we're worth.
So who's next?
In terms of big boys, I think Tim the Tatman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going next, and then I think Ann's going too. And I think one of those two are going to be announced before New Year's. I think by the end of this year or for New Year's, like leading into January 1st, I think we're going to see one of those two go next.
I agree with those picks. My heart says Doc, but like we've said in previous podcasts, his brand is a tough one to deal with, and I bet you there's a really good chance
he's already been offered.
He said it, and he's declined it.
He said it. He said something about. I watched the clip where he said he's gone to Washington before anybody signed the deals, before Ninja, before anybody, and they had those talks, and he wasn't interested. Doc is really hung up on, from what I'm gathering from the clips that I've seen, he's really hung up on viewership. Yeah. And not only that, he's also hung up on the sponsorship opportunities behind the scenes.
Right.
So the $1 million activation campaigns and stuff that come all the time with Twitch.
Yeah. I think he's smart too, because with his brand, it would be more challenging on Mixer.
Yeah.
And then with those brand activations, they're only going to increase for him in the short term. as his contemporaries around him, like a Shroud, etc., a Ninja.
Well, he's only going to go. He's going to go up because
right?
because his competition is leaving.
Yes.
So if he stays, he gets to stay completely true to his brand.
Yes.
Not only that, I have a feeling that Doc is probably in the midst of actually signing a deal with Twitch. And I think that's going to be big. Twitch's big fuck you to Mixer, where they're going to lock in Doc, and Doc's going to, say, hey, I signed a multi-year deal with Twitch. I ain't going nowhere. I'm about this shit. I think he'll be the bad boy for Twitch.
Yeah.
Before I thought Doc would leave, but as I continue to hear Doc continue to... Now, this could be a big throw-off where he might actually be getting ready to go, but he's making it totally seem like he isn't. But I got a feeling if Twitch is going to buy out a big streamer that's well-known, I think it will be Doc. And I think that they'll actually fight for him. I think they'll pay the money to have Doc go. Because I feel like if Doc goes, his type of personality, his brand, a lot of those viewers are going with him. And I truly think what you said as well, that Mixer will want to tone him down a bit.
Yeah.
And it's either Doc is either he'll never change who he is, right? I believe that, because if he does, he really hurts his brand. Like, that's one of the brands
that's his
that
entire brand.
you can't fuck with that formula. Or he doubles down and says, okay, you can go ahead and censor me, but I'm going to turn it into a meme. So for when he does crazy shit, he'll do like a Mixer censor type thing. So he'll turn it into like this meta shit where he's doing shit he shouldn't be doing, but he's censoring himself while doing it as a joke.
There are ways for him to get around it.
If the money
is big enough, he'll going to take the money.
100%, bro.
It's just
100%.
It's just for him. I think you're right. I think he's a little hung up on it, and I think Doc is trying to play a little bit more off the two of them to see who's really going to go
who's
in
gonna
on it.
Who's going to pay the
I think
biggest.
some people are taking the first offer on the table, and
I don't think Doc did.
I don't think Doc did,
No.
and he has no reason to. And really, none of them needed to.
Yeah.
But I think some of them were just looking for a reason to change.
Yep.
Some people are like that. They just want to. They see the opportunity. The door opens. They go, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. And the money is good enough that their whole career could blow up. Who gives a fuck?
Gives a shit.
$20 million.
And
$10
a
million.
lot of these guys are already
$5 million. $1 million. Fuck it. They're already multimillionaires.
Yep.
So it's at this point, you're doing it for the love of it. You are you're in it for the game.
Yep.
So my other big call that I want to see is, I think that we're going to see them pick up esports team contracts.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be 100 Thieves.
That would just be massive. Of
100 Thieves is on such a fucking meteoric, and we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Just such a meteoric rise, and they seem to be everywhere all the time, and everything they do turns to fucking gold. And I don't think they have any particular loyalties yet. And the brands that they're coming up with are
big.
Just fucking massive.
It's big.
The ties are huge, and I think that they focus, and they're their nade shot. Everyone, they're shooters. So there's the Halo opportunity.
Halo's
is there,
gonna be the big play, bro.
and I think that's why you're going to see 100 Thieves.
Halo's the big play, bro.
It's not that they're going to buy them out entirely and say everyone has to, on 100 Thieves, have to stream on Mixer. I just think there's going to be a brand deal with Mixer, minimum for a Halo team coming out of 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
And they'll
I think Halo's going to be. I think
deal on
Halo
that.
esports is going to be exclusive to Mixer.
Oh, that will 100%. Yes, yeah. So if you have a team, like if they did a deal, it would be exclusively streaming on Mixer, because I think that's a big opportunity for them to do that. And I think it will still get plenty of eyeballs by the time it rolls around. I mean, we're talking the end of next year, and like you were just saying, and I agree. The next 365 days is going to see some pretty exponential growth for the platform
100%.
to the point that by the time an esport were to roll around in, let's say, 2021 for a Halo.
Yeah. I mean, also, you think about it for people that have been streaming like myself for 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah.
People that have been around a long. See, even with guys like Summit. Right?
Yes.
I don't want to speak for Summit, but it'd be very appealing for streamers that are on their last leg, right? That have been doing this a long time, want to change in life,
Or
getting
they've
older.
just, not necessarily last leg, but like they've stalled out.
They've stalled out.
They've got as much out of the Twitch platform as you can.
To be presented with a big check.
Yes.
To move over for a couple years, and then at the end of that couple years, you go, okay, do I still want to do this? Right? I think that there's a big market for that as well, but time will only tell. But I think Tim the Tap Man and or Ann are going to be the next ones to go.
Yes.
That's my thing.
I agree. I'm like hit or miss on Tim,
Yeah,
I think Ann is an almost guaranteed.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that's the 100 in the bag.
Yeah,
right there.
I think
for
so
sure.
too.
Tim is a little bit more because Tim is almost in the realm of a Doc situation, not because it's his shtick, it's just him.
Yeah,
and I don't know how.
I've seen his comments on it though. I think enough money.
Oh no, I'm not saying he wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying from Microsoft's perspective, do they take him? Not will.
Yeah, but he's a lot more PG than Doc.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. He's a good dude. Like
He is a good dude.
He's a good like personal entertainer. He's like he's like really good at games, but he's also got that personality that can connect with the viewer very well. So I think that'd be a big pickup for them.